Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to welcome you to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Daily Recap, where we give you a recap of all of the hot topics that we covered that day. You can catch them in their long format and also catch it fully streaming for free on Apple Podcasts. Now, I want to give credit where credit is due because we enjoy doing that here on this platform. This topic was brought to my attention from a post that I saw from Ticket TV's channel. He's the one that was referencing this particular story here. So as you guys know, we've been covering, along with many other people, we've been covering this story, this scandal that's surrounding the NBA that really took it by storm, right? It became the biggest story in the beginning of the season, unfortunately. It's a damn shame when we got players like Victor Wembanyama and others really setting, looking these guys are doing with the Lakers and everybody else, really setting the league ablaze. You have the Oklahoma City Thunder, but then this story just took over the NBA on the second day of the season when FBI Director Kash Patel basically went out there to give the public this investigation that had been conducted by the United States government and how they made some key arrests. They arrested over 30 people, but some of the names, of course, were Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier, and of course, Damon Jones, who's a former associate of LeBron James, right? So Ticket then referenced this article here that we got here from Sports Illustrated. I want to read the headline for you. It states the following: Former Cleveland Cavalier used NBA championship ring as collateral for gambling loan. A former Cavs guard and coach used his championship ring for this purpose. It then continues on. It says, a former member of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Damon Jones, was arrested last week for alleged involvement in a series of illegal sports betting and rigged poker games. Now, reports have come to light alleging that Jones, who was unable to pay back a loan he was given, put up his 2016 NBA championship ring as collateral. The loan he had to address came in at $10,000 plus a $4,000 fee, which wasn't repaid. $10,000? $14,000? $14,000 to a guy that played in the NBA for assistant coach? 14 grand is a thing. Anyway, continues on. This isn't something that was new to Jones, as according to the documents found by NBC News, Jones's financial woes go back to at least 2013, when his initial bankruptcy case was dismissed. 2 years later, Jones filed for bankruptcy again, and this time, according to court records, he reported $500,000 to $1 million in liabilities and claimed to have assets in the range of $100,000 to $500,000. How is this possible? Assets that range from $100,000 to $500,000? Like, didn't he have a house? $100,000 and $500,000 in assets. Jones owed around $640,000 to creditors. So his assets range from $100,000 to $500,000, but then he owed $640,000 to creditors. These are maybe credit card loans, people that borrowed. So the money he borrowed, what happened with that money? The $640 that you borrowed. Anyway, to creditors, and $47,000 to the Bellagio hotels and casinos for breach of contract / confession of judgment. The direct indictment involving his championship ring came in an unpaid loan with Scott Kerr, who filed a civil complaint against Jones seeking monetary relief of $100,000 or less. According to the filing, Jones borrowed $10,000. and the fee of $4,000 was added after he failed to pay the loan by a set date. So they added a 40% interest to the loan. From 2023 to 2024, he had three other individuals come forward and say Jones had failed to pay them back loans. All of this information came to light following multiple federal investigations into illegal sports gambling. The main accusation against Jones that led to his arrest comes under the charge that he gave inside information to co-defendants who then used that information to place NBA wagers. Operation Nothing But Bet is a current ongoing federal investigation into illegal gambling, which was unveiled to the public last week. The other investigation, titled Operation Royal Flush, led investigators to another individual associated with the NBA, Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups. One headline-grabbing example from the indictment against Jones alleges he texted someone that a Los Angeles Laker player would not play against the Milwaukee Bucks during a game early in 2023. The player had not officially been ruled out, but Jones had told the other person to bet on the Bucks. Get a big ET on Milwaukee tonight before the information is out. Player 3 is out tonight. Bet enough so D. Jones can sick now, the text read. The game mentioned was where future Hall of Famer LeBron James did not play. Jesus Lord. Due to ankle soreness, the Lakers ultimately ended up losing. While Jones was not officially with the Lakers at the time of the incident, he did work with James and had access to the team in numerous ways. The 49-year-old played for the Cleveland Cavaliers from 2005 to 2008, then coached the team from 2016 to 2018 as an assistant. He also helped out as an assistant with the Cavaliers G League team, then Canton charge for one season. As a player, he wasn't too sure. Okay, so you guys, you guys heard it. Okay, you guys heard the details here. This is difficult to comprehend, and to be quite honest with you, the part that's even more difficult to me is not what he did and how risky that was, is what this document is saying here in terms about the assets and what's being owed. And $10,000. Okay, that's the first part. The second part is this. These guys, I'm sure, know other rich guys. I mean, what is it for one of them to say, "Hey, man, look, bro, I'm in a tough spot right now, man. I'm in a tough spot, and so and so thing is happening to me. Can you just help me out with, I don't know, 10,000 or whatever?" The only thing I can imagine is that in terms of them approaching a friend and a friend saying no, it's maybe if they have knowledge of this particular guy having his history, and they say, "Man, bro, I already know what you're going to do with it. You're going to mess it up. You're going to screw up the money I give you, and then before you know it, you're going to be back in the same situation." But it just sounds insane to me. I mean, okay, let me just. I mean, while we're all here, let me just see something. How much? Because this is unbelievable. How much money did Damon? It's just incredible. Jones make in the NBA. So Damon Jones in the NBA, his average salary was $4 million a year. It's unclear, right? It's unclear. They're not really. I would have to go through all of his contracts, but it seems like the guy made some decent money in the league. So for this to even be a situation is just unheard of to me. I'm seeing some sources say that he made $16 million. Damon Jones departed the Heat to sign a 4-year contract worth reportedly $16 million with the Cleveland Cavaliers on September 8th of 2005. So I don't understand what's going on. I don't know. I don't know. Jesus, 10 grand? Yesterday, the Lakers had a game that they were playing against the Miami Heat. And I knew that they were going to play the game, but I did a brief miscalculation. I thought the game was coming on 1 hour earlier than it actually did. So as I was watching the game, the plan was to watch the game and then go live afterwards. But the game was just finishing way too late, and I'm like, tomorrow's Monday, you got to get to work. So I watched the game. I think the full first half of the game, right? And the Lakers were playing well and all of that. So as I was watching the game, there was a particular moment where there was a fast break. I believe it was in the first half because it was a high-scoring affair in the first half, where the Lakers were running a fast break, and I think Austin Reeves had the ball, and Bronny was a trailer, and he pulled off an alley-oop, right? And Bronny hit the dunk, he knocked down the alley-oop, and everybody was losing their mind, and it was great. Even me at that moment, I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool for Bronny to do that. Then I went to bed, and I had a feeling that the Lakers were going to win that game. All right. They ultimately ended up winning the game. But when I woke up, that wasn't the biggest story. That wasn't the thing that was being plastered all over the internet. The thing that was being plastered all over the internet was this Bronny James highlight dunk. And I said to myself, you gotta be joking. You have to be joking. This cannot be the number one thing that's trending all throughout the internet. Folks, it was. And the reason we're doing a show about this is this. Some people have accused this platform and many others of being too critical on Bronny James. And I've always maintained the reason people pay attention to Bronny and people talk about him beyond the fact that he's LeBron's son, and we're not going to discount that connection, but it's the fact of how much the media tried to push him in your face. Don't forget, in the summer league, this summer, they had games where they were promoting the number one draft pick in Cooper Flag versus Bronny, who was the 55th pick. Had nothing to do with substance. Cooper Flag, there was real substance there. He's the number one pick versus Bronny. So they were promoting this. And I said to myself, well, if you guys are going to continue to promote Bronny, then we're going to talk about him. Let me first of all, before we even get into Bronny's numbers, let me show y'all the amount of accounts that were posting about this last night. First one, this is from NBA.com itself. Austin Reeves throws a smooth lob to Bronny for the alley-oop slam. And I want to show you guys a thumbnail. It says, this Bronny slam was unreal. That's the first account. The next account, Sports Center and two other accounts. Reeves to Bronny lob. Bronny's first points of the season. And then in the comments section, even NBA on ESPN commented on it by saying, got pops on his feet. That's the next post. These are posts that are receiving hundreds of thousands of likes. For example, this post received 320,000 likes. The other one received 185,000 likes, not to mention views. The next one, House of Highlights. Bronny loving the AR. Bron loving the AR to Bronny connection. Look at the thumbnail. LeBron hyped after Bronny slam, the Bronny slam. We have another one. This is from NBA now. It says, like father, like son, Bronny elevates for the oop from Austin Reeves. But there's one that's even more, the most egregious one of them all is this one that I want to show you guys from Basketball Forever. This one, they are reenacting the famous photograph of Dwayne Wade throwing an alley-oop to LeBron James in Miami. The famous one with Dwayne Wade when he spreads his arms like a plane or something like that. Take a look at this thumbnail here. And it then has, welcome to the new era. You have to be joking. You have to be joking. You have to. Bronny has played this year in 4 games. In the 4 games that he's playing, he's averaging 11 and a half minutes per game. He's almost averaging twice as many minutes as he did last year. So the Lakers coaching staff is actually giving him some real run, and he's on the roster. He's not even in the G League. He's on the roster. In the 4 games that he's played, Bronny has made 1 field goal in 4 games. On the season, he's averaging 0.5 points per game. Not even a full point. And I don't know how you average 0.5 points per game when really you should be averaging 2 points. I don't know how you average 0.5 points per game. How the hell do you average 0.5 points per game? I don't even know that. He should be averaging 2 points per game. But anyway, even if he was averaging 2 points per game, it's still less than what he averaged last year, which was 2.3 points. He's shooting 0% from the 3. I don't know what's wrong with NBA's numbers right here. But look, this has nothing to do with substance. It has everything to do with the spectacle of it. Again, did I feel good when Bronny hit that dunk, that alley? Yes, it felt good. Even me, I laughed. I was like, okay, damn, that was pretty cool for him, right? That was pretty cool for him. And I'm sure his father was very happy as you saw him stand up, right? But it doesn't need to be something that's plastered all throughout the internet. And the reason I'm saying this is because there are other players out there that are more worthy of this attention than Bronny, which now makes me believe that the only reason Bronny's on the Lakers is because he's popular and he's going to bring clicks and attention to the organization. Maybe people are going to buy his jerseys and all of that. And to me, that's not a mark of a serious franchise. That's just my take on it. That's not a mark of a serious franchise. A serious franchise is about winning and it's about substance. Not just the show of it all. Like, okay, Bronny's over there. Like, come on. But then you have people that talk about, oh, they're going after Bronny. They're going after Bronny. They're going after Bronny. I don't hear anything from these people when they're posting him all over the internet. A game in which a guy had 2 points. They plastered it all over the internet. But if you say one word like, I don't think he's good. Oh my God, you're a hater. So all they want is just perfect. Like just keep posting him, and it's all good. Just keep making us happy. Keep posting positive stuff about him. But the moment somebody stands up and says, well, wait a minute, is this guy any good? Oh my God, we don't want to hear from you. You're a hater. You don't like your father. Your father doesn't like you. Like this entire conversation ensues. And I think that's crazy. Like, come on, there has to be more to the NBA product than this. Like there has to be more. You got a legitimate story. You got a legitimate story in the NBA and Victor Wembanyama, who is on the verge of taking over the NBA. I think by the end of this year is his. Because that guy, although they lost their first game, he's in place for them to win. If they keep winning, he's going to win the MVP. Not only is he going to win the MVP, he's going to win the Defensive Player of the Year. That's the real story this year, guys. It's Victor. He's here. That dude is here. So if anybody needs attention, it's him. And some people are like, yeah, I know he needs more. He ain't getting enough attention in my personal estimation here. That dude is the real deal. We need more of that, not this nonsense that these guys are trying to promote and propagate all throughout the sports world. Michael Jordan has been a bone in the throat of some people out here since his return to talking basketball. Shams just got exposed about a week or so ago after he tried to insinuate Michael Jordan was lying about a story. That didn't end well for him. But we knew it wouldn't stop there, right? We knew that the LeBron fanboys would not give up. And of course, then Nick Wright decided to step up to the plate and show us what he got. Now, I've been watching a lot of these shows. So this particular news absolutely flew under the radar for me. It wasn't until I saw an episode from the basketball show where he covered this and I was like, oh, I didn't even know that they discussed this. So as you guys know, the last clip that NBC dropped had to do with the infamous subject of load management, right? Something that a lot of NBA fans don't appreciate. And when Michael Jordan was asked about it, he essentially said that, look, it shouldn't be needed. And he went on to explain his philosophy behind playing, why he always wanted to play, what motivated him, and various people pushed back. And of course, one of those people was Nick Wright. So during an episode on First Things First, they decided to broach this issue. It was about a 8 to 10 minute block where they decided to talk about the segment where they decided to talk about this. And in typical Nick Wright fashion, he found a way to sneak diss and diss Michael Jordan in the midst of it all. Take a listen to Nick right here reacting to Michael Jordan's comments about load management. Take a listen to this here.
I didn't care about the Pacers. I wanted to see Dr. J. He played. But had he not played when I'm a 9-year-old kid at that game, I'm going to be heartbroken.
I got to tell you, had he not played, I'm not joking, your whole life could be different. Like, you dedicated your life to doing sports. And Dr. J was your favorite player. I'm not trying to do a bigger thing than that, but like I mean it. Like you were a 9-year-old kid. Like you might have, like I don't know. Like there is an element of that of like when you were falling in love with basketball.
Yes,
you went to see your favorite guy. He played, and it maybe by coincidence it ended up being your profession. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so whatever it is. But go ahead.
No, I mean, so I do agree with Jordan in that regard. It's just because it's too expensive otherwise, and so. Look, the bottom line, though, is this. We see it in basketball. They have better nutrition, better sneakers, better travel, better weight training, and they're load managing. Baseball, we see the pitch counts. They're so cautious with the pitchers. The basketball players and the baseball players get hurt. It feels like more than ever, but certainly as much as they used to get hurt back in the day. So how's it working? This load management is not the playoffs are just as riddled with injuries that can help determine the champions as they were in the 80s and 90s. Like, so to me, I don't see it benefiting anybody at all.
So I want to be nuanced about this because what I do think now that we have, years of load management takes, so to speak, is the two poster children, if you will, of load management. Turns out are two guys with degenerative knee problems.
Yeah, they need it.
And Embiid and Kawhi.
Yep, they need it.
You know what I mean? Like
and so
right now they're not. But like when the load management was like a topic all the time, Kawhi was getting pilloried by me. You know what I mean? And others.
He got cleared and Pop was like,
right.
I don't know what's going on.
And Embiid was another guy, and it turns out those guys have significant knee and body, injury issues. So there's that. Bruce's point about the court being spread. I was trying, because it's exactly, I think, the right point. And I was trying to figure out a way to try to demonstrate that without it seeming like I'm taking a shot at previous year of basketball, because I'm not. It's just different. And so, like, you can watch, if you go to YouTube, I did it, but we're not going to play the clips of, like, 90s defense versus 2020s defense. It's just the rotation
and running the paint.
Right. And now you're just running around side to start. And in the 90s, because there were big men and it was around the paint, it's a lot of on defense like, all right, see man and ball and stand there. And it's not about one being better than the other, it's just different.
Quickly, I would just throw this in. And I don't know if it's the equivalent, maybe, but you could get hammered in the 90s.
Yes.
When it was a lot more physical.
Right.
So you went to the basket, you're getting drilled. So there is that.
Right, but it was less wear and tear. Maybe it was on your joints.
Absolutely.
So I tried to find a way to show what's happening, because I think it's all related to the three-point shot.
Yeah.
And there's a great Substack that has this graph that I want to show you. This is average miles covered over an 82-game season for a team. And this is from 1980 to 2020s. What you'll notice is that I find really interesting. See in the 90s, the brief jump and then drop, that's when they shortened the three-point line, and the three-pointer was more prevalent for those 2 years, then it went back to normal. And so it is directly correlated to the more three-pointers you shoot, the more miles you have to cover, all of it.
That's good.
So I say this. They're never shortening the season.
Right.
They're not doing it. This is, to me, another issue that the NBA would go a long way to solving by having a real conversation about the proliferation and the overvalue, or the importance of the three-point shot. Because I think that's what's leading to, the game being unsustainable for guys to play 80 times a year, plus the playoffs, all of it. I think
So you want to do like 30 attempts or something.
I'm not going to lie. I don't have that part solved, and I think there's a lot of different.
You've heard mine.
What?
Cut out the corner.
Oh, the corner. I think the corners.
In the arc at the free throw line.
I love that idea. I don't know if that's extreme enough. I would certainly start there to where it's a true arc and then see where it goes. But you are short of making it like the Premier League almost, where like, hey, no, you're playing like once or twice a week and you're going to be full strength at all times. This is going to happen as long as basketball's played the way it's currently played. And so you're going to have to change something. Like something's got to give, because I do think everybody has these anecdotes. Shout out to Mr. Luce, Mark Luce, my old journalism teacher and English teacher in high school. And I hope someone sends this to him. Years ago, he and his son went to San Antonio specifically to see, I think it was Kawhi and, his favorite guys. It was a Spurs-Warriors game that I think I helped him get tickets to. And every single, Steph sat, Kawhi sat, everyone sat. From Kansas City, there's no games. Like, you know what I mean? You made a family trip. And that's what I'm not joking when I say about Brew, like.
So you heard what Nick Wright had to say there. What are my thoughts about this? First of all, let me say this. The basketball show did an excellent job of breaking down the subject matter. And he came up with some very poignant points that he was able to unearth during his research. Some that didn't even occur to me. Nick Wright, first of all, made the first joke about, that would rank Michael Jordan as the 75th player with the most played games at 75. What Nick is failing to mention is this. There have been 5,000 people to play in the NBA. 5,000. So you being ranked at number 75 would put Michael Jordan in the top 2% of anybody that's ever played the sport in terms of game played. Anybody that ever played. That's the first thing. The second thing that Nick Wright conveniently omits from that comment is that he didn't take into account that, first of all, Jordan went to college. He didn't bring that up. He didn't bring up the fact that Michael Jordan went to college. So Jordan went to college. That took off some years from his career. He obviously retired once. That took off a year from his career. But what he cannot even dispute is that when MJ played versus his guy, when his guy LeBron played, you can't even compare the commitment. Because when MJ was there, he was there. He wasn't lollygagging or half-assing. Then Chris Broussard says something that absolutely floored me in the midst of it all. He said LeBron James doesn't load manage? What? LeBron James doesn't load manage? Are we not all watching the same LeBron James? What do you mean LeBron James doesn't load manage? Like, what are we talking about here? LeBron James doesn't load manage? Are you even joking? Should we go through the seasons where LeBron didn't play a lot of games? Okay, how many years? LeBron's been in the NBA 23 years, right? Going on 23 years. How many of those 23 years did LeBron even play 80 games? I have 1, 2, 3 years. 3. How many years did LeBron play at least play a full season? 1 year. 1 year. Let me just list off some of the games that LeBron played in certain years. 1 year he played 75, 79, 76, 62, 69, 76, 74, 55, 67, 45. That's the truncated season with the pandemic. 56, 55, 71, and 70. Meanwhile, Jordan played 82 games at the age of 40. That was a ridiculous job those two guys tried to do in that moment. To say LeBron doesn't load manage is clownish. We've literally watched LeBron and AD low manage on a night when they're perfectly healthy, going to go play in Boston or one of these cities. Nothing is wrong with them. They didn't play. So to say LeBron doesn't load man is laughable. Is he the face of load management? No, he's not. But that's laughable. Nick Wright then brought up this graph about players running up and down. That players are running up and down, so therefore they're running more average miles per game. Nick, first of all, they're running up and down while playing less games. And just because you can't quantify physicality doesn't mean that running up and down makes it a more difficult game, where in the past, guys would actually hit you. They would actually beat you up during games. But what Nick is trying to say is the game is more strenuous today. Now, this is where we expose the entire clown show of this conversation. If you're saying that players are running all these miles and it's such a burden on their bodies, therefore they need to load manage, why don't they just reduce the games? Because clearly 82 games is too much of a physical burden. So lower the games. Lower the games. Because according to what he's saying, 82 games is too much. And if they don't load manage, they won't be able to get through a season healthy. Fine. The burden is too much. Lower the games. Do you know why they will never lower the games? Because by lowering the games, they lower the revenue. This is always about money. You can never take these people seriously. You can never take them seriously. We're not having a serious conversation here. We're not. Everybody's talking about everything else except the main thing, which is money. That's the main thing here. What these guys are talking about is this. How can I sign a contract that says I'll pay you X amount of dollars times 82 games? Right? Then I come up with a very slick way of not playing or earning the full paycheck or playing the full 82 games. I'll find a way to take off, let me say, 15 games a year, so I can elongate my career and still collect a salary of somebody that was intended to play 82 games. This ain't got nothing to do with players being tired. It has nothing to do with players being tired of the game being too burdensome. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do about money. But nobody wants to have this conversation. They want to talk about, oh, it's science. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. Oh, it's science. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with how can I prolong my career so therefore I can make more money. That's all. That's all. If they said you could only play 10 years in the NBA, that's 10-year max, players would be pushing for them to make it 15 years. Oh, 10 years is too short. Why do you want more years? I thought the game was too taxing. Because it means you get more money. This is all about money. But these guys are trying to act like they're having a conversation with you and trying to make it seem like it's something else. It's about money. It's about money. Some people are talking about, oh, if they make the season 60 games, players will still find a way to miss 20. Yes, they'll still find a way to miss 20. Yes, you're correct. Yes. You're correct. Yes. You're correct. If they made the season 20 games, not everybody will play that 20. Yes, you're correct. But what you're missing is the reason this is there is because they found it as a way to make money. Now, here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. Do you know the easiest way to make a lot of money in basketball or in professional sports? Do you know the easiest way to make a lot of money in professional sports? Win. 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 Nothing makes you more money than being a winner. Nothing. Do you know why? Because everybody wants to be associated with the winner. So when you hear a player saying, I would choose an MVP over a championship, they really haven't cracked the code yet. Winning is what attracts the mega bucks, not how long you played. It's winning. Winning opens doors for you that losing would never do. Michael Jordan made what, 30, 40, 50 million in his career as a basketball player, I believe. The highest paid year he ever made was $30 million or 33 million in 1998. I think we made it for the last 2 seasons of his career. Something about that. No, I forgot the full number. So a guy that, let's say, earned a round figure of $100 million as an NBA player is now worth going on $4 billion today. $4 billion. How do you do that in 20 years? How did a guy that played for 15 years in the NBA, he retires, 20 years later, he is made 4,000 times the money he made playing basketball, almost. How? How did he do that? How? Because Jordan won. His name became synonymous with success, so brands wanted to flock to him. His play on the court made Nike and him become partners. His play. Winning. Winning is the ultimate thing you need. When you win, it opens doors for you. That's the key. That's the key. Look at sprinting. Usain Bolt retired a long time ago, but he won. That's why he's the richest sprinter to ever live. Gatlin ran longer than him, but he didn't win as much as him. Of course, Gatlin had some other issues as well. But that's what separated Bolt. That's what made him so wealthy. Brands were running behind him to give him money. Winning cures all. Look at Brady. Is Tom Brady the only is he the only quarterback that played for 10 years, 12 years in football? No, but he was making what? He's making $37.5 million a year talking football. Why? Because I'm Tom Brady. Why? Because I won 7 championship rings. So nobody wants to factor in winning as a thing. It's just, just get the money, just get the money. Well, they're players. Just because you got the money, don't say you're going to keep the money. Just because you got the money, don't say you're going to keep the money. Look at Scottie Pippen. There are opportunities coming up every single year. Why? Because he won with the Chicago Bulls. So winning to me is the goal here. That's the goal. You get people that customarily would not even know you. You be playing in the NBA. You're making money. These guys don't even know you. I'm talking about the big boys. They don't even know you exist. But when you're winning, hey, man, let's go do some business with so-and-so player on the Golden State Warriors. So-and-so guy with the, hey, man, I'm the head fund. I'm head of CEO of so-and-so head fund. Man, I really like you, man. Yeah, man, we didn't want to take a picture. I want to get to know you. Why? Because he's a winner. He's a winner. But to get back to the argument, this is all about money. Nick Wright can go out there and pull out all the graphs that he wants and give us a full breakdown. It's about the money. And he said it. They're never going to reduce the games, so it has nothing to do with the burden of the game. Knock it off with their running more. They're running up and down, totally impeded. You can't even touch guys today. What are you talking about? A good point that this guy brought up, the basketball show, he brought up an excellent point, which is this. He said, if you look at the average minutes per game that the players are playing, it's much less than what they were playing during Jordan and Kobe's era. Yes, because teams are now playing deeper into their rosters. In the past, you run 7 maximum 8-man roster. In the playoffs is really 7 deep. Now you're seeing them play 11 guys on a given night, 10 guys on a given night. Stars are now averaging around 32 minutes a game. Giannis 32, Kawhi 32. Most guys are averaging 32. Go back to the early 2000s. Guys were averaging 38, 39, 40 minutes a night. So although you're playing more games, I'm available more for my team while I'm playing. Holy kid, bro! Like, come on, y'all are not smart. Knock it off. Y'all are trying to I'm gonna get you with my vocabulary. I'm gonna Come on, knock it off, man. You guys aren't geniuses. We're like, come on, y'all are not as smart as you think you are. Come on, knock it off. Just because you wear a suit and I'm sitting here wearing a t-shirt don't mean you smarter than me or you got a big ass beard. That means you somehow have more sense than me. Knock it off, man. All of these tricks you're playing, we see through all of them. It's not difficult. You're not outsmarting people with these arguments.